Have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone or build upon the relationship and everything turns into an argument? Everything is a disagreement. Everything. And then we go to those catchphrase words that we hear so often. Instead of trying to communicate the relationship out with you, we use the catchphrase word, don't disturb my peace. I don't want nobody disturbing my peace. Code word for I don't really want nothing too much to do with you. Hey, look, have you ever walked into a room and instantly you felt drained? Or on the flip side of that, have you ever walked into a room and you felt completely energized by the energy of the people in that room or the energy that you were displaying? What if I told you that energy you surround yourself with could be the very thing that could hold you back or that could push you forward? Take a second and think about it. Who or what is the enemy in your energy? Or if you have an enemy in it at all. Welcome to Winning at Life Behind Enemy Lines. I am your host, hashtag one time. And today we are talking about and asking the question, is the enemy in your energy? Yep. Oftentimes we don't look at our own selves and reflect on our own selves about the energy that we display, about the energy that we project. But today I want to talk a little bit about recognizing energy, recognizing powerful energy in your life and displaying powerful energy and how to get rid of and get from around any negative energy that you might come in contact with. But before I do that, I want to thank you for tuning in to our weekly show, Winning at Life Behind Enemy Lines. This is the audio podcast version of our show. And so I need you to stick around at the end. I'm going to give you some information about some other social media sites that Winning at Life Behind Enemy Line actually shows up in and you can be a part of. But before we get started, drop me a comment. Do me a favor, drop me a comment right now. Drop me a comment on YouTube and tell me how in the past or in the present you have responded when you have been confronted with negative energy. When you have been confronted with negative energy, drop me a comment. What did you do? What was your reaction? And we're going to get into it here in just a moment. So here we go. How energy, positive and negative, shapes our lives, our growth, and our purpose. Recognizing and managing and overcoming negative energy while cultivating positive energy is life affirming. It's positive. But y'all, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you're looking around right now, there is so much negative energy in the world if you pay attention to negative energy. People they are behind enemy lines, and wherever you go, if you don't pack positive energy with you, you may have a problem in dealing with negative energy. And so what then is positive energy, and why do we actually need positive energy in our lives? Positive energy uplifts. I hate to get around people who display negative energy. It's a killjoy. It kills more than your joy. And you know the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's what negative energy, when you put negative energy out into the world, and researchers have looked at the law of attraction. And if you look at the laws of attraction, when you have a positive mindset, when you have positive emotions, you project positive energy. And that gives you the energy to believe that you can do whatever you need to do, even if you're in a crisis behind enemy lines. But negative thoughts and negative emotions, they attract negative energy. They attract negative energy, and negative energy will not help you at all, and particularly in today's world. We are either thinking about something positive or thinking about something negative. And when you look at positive and negative as it pertains to electricity, they say opposites attract. Yeah, the enemy in our energy, its job is to show up. Its job is to show up in our life and show up in our mind and show up in our mindset. But positive energy, which whatever you're going through, as difficult as it may be, it is important to surround yourself with people who have positive energy. You know, this is why I really admire people who can get up every day, go to the gym, and exercise. Because when you do that, you create positive energy in your mind. You display positive energy because you feel good. And when you go to the gym every day and you work out, and your mindset is you're trying to become the best version of you, and you are trying to project positive energy and health in your life, that's positive energy. But guess who and guess what shows up a lot of times? It's negative energy. People who go and work out create positive energy within themselves and will run into an individual that does not work out, and their negative energy will say to you, well, you know, we're all going to die somehow. That's negative energy. That's negative energy. But positive energy, it feels light, it feels inspiring, it's motivating to us. And it comes to people in the form of encouragement, uplifting, and helping you to get through some of those challenges that we find ourselves behind enemy lines in this life today. It leads to growth, it leads to peace, it leads to clarity in your life when you project positive energy in your life. You want to celebrate every win that you have. When people come around you, you're radiant and you project that positive energy. But if you walk into a room, and it depends on how negative energy shows up. Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, Club Shay Shay, had a guest on. Shannon Sharpe said, when negative energy, or when Satan himself shows up, if he shows up with a pitchfork and horns, then you're more than likely not going to do the deal. So Satan and the enemy will show up in negative energy in all different kinds of ways. Negative energy, it feels heavy, it's draining, it's toxic, it's low energy. It comes in the form of gossip. It comes in the form of manipulation. It comes in the form of putting people down. It creates confusion, stagnation. Have you ever had a friend who you can't tell anything because they always have adverse reaction? They always have. You walk in a room and you're trying to have a conversation, you can tell before you start the conversation what the energy level is. Why we need positive energy today? For more than one reason. Because energy is contagious. The people around you shape your mindset and your habits. That is why I often talk about having right relationships, positive relationships, relationships that are rooted and grounded in more than just an exchange. Because negative energy is a spirit. But positive energy, it fuels your purpose. You need people around you who are going to challenge you. You need people around you who are going to inspire you. You need people around you when you are behind enemy lines that has the energy to help catapult your energy, to help you improve your energy. You go to any hospital, and this is one thing I can appreciate about the gift that God gave physicians. If you go and you have an examination and the news is not good, even your physician, even nurses, if you worked in nursing at all, there's a technique and a training that you get called bedside manner. They've done research on this. Nurses have actually done more than administer the medication, take your temperature. They're trained to have bedside manner, which is positive energy, because when that physician walks in and says, your arm is about to come off, he gives it to you straight. His job is to give you the diagnosis straight on. But before he walks out of the room, he also talks about a treatment. This is how we're going to get you through this. This is how you're going to survive. We're going to do treatment. And this is how this is going to help you to overcome. Well, the same thing applies when you're behind enemy lines and you surround yourself with people that have positive energy, energy that can help you get yourself back up again. Because with all the negative energy going in and on and around the world today, there's enough negative energy to zap people out of their positive mindsets. Life is already tough, y'all. But what we've got to do, because a lot of times it depends on how that energy shows up. I always like it when, and I had someone to tell me a few weeks ago, they had run into my podcast on YouTube and they gave one of those sarcastic comments, the offhanded one. They gave me a comment, but it was kind of sarcastic. Yeah, I watched your little podcast. That's negative energy. That's negative energy that can stunt your growth if you absorb and take in the negative energy of people. But we've got to take inventory on ourselves. What is our energy? When you sit alone and you're able to evaluate what's going on in your mind, you're able to compartmentalize what's going on in your mind. You check yourself, you check your own energy. Your energy is checked. And if you are going out into this world today, you need positive energy. Yeah, you need prayer, but you need positive energy. You need to believe that you're going to make it. No matter where you are behind enemy lines, you need to act like your own physician and say, all right, I'm going to check myself. I'm going to see where I am. I'm going to diagnose my own energy. But if I find that my energy is in any way negative, I'm going to hone that in and begin to start having the positive energy that moves me forward and not in reverse. Self-doubt is one of those things that creates negative energy. Negative energy creates a cycle where you do nothing but second guess yourself. You worry about stuff that hadn't even happened yet. That's negative energy. And I know it's hard. Trust me, I have receipts today. I have receipts right now about how difficult life and things can be. But I won't get on the phone and whine about it and cry about it. I like to talk to people that can project positive energy, that actually matches with my positive energy. Negative energy is emotionally draining. It's emotionally draining. It causes you to miss opportunities because whatever you put out, if your hand is closed, you can't receive anything. If your heart is closed, you can't receive anything. And if you're receiving that through negative energy, then you can't help but have negative thoughts. You can't help but be negative. But here's how you recognize it, and here's how you handle it. Here's how you spot energy that is not real. When you walk into a room or you're having a conversation with someone and that conversation starts out, it feels like it's being forced, it's inconsistent, it's self-serving. But real energy, you can recognize it because it feels real. It's uplifting. It's supporting. But signs of fake energy are over the top. It's over the top. It doesn't come from the heart. It only shows up when it needs something. That's how you can spot negative energy. It might need communication. It might need the validation. But when you have negative talk all the time, it creates an atmosphere of negative energy that gets inside of you. There are red flags to negative energy: constant complaining or playing the victim, passive aggressive behavior, hidden jealousy, flexing. People that flex all the time, when I hear people flex all the time, I'm not quite sure of what type of energy they are trying to project. But I know it's not real. Here's what you do about it, though. When you walk into a room and you are encountered with negative energy, something that doesn't vibe with you, low energy, and you walk into a room, you can either decide to leave that negativity where it is, or you can decide to confront that all that negative energy with positive energy. See, you have to replace it. It's like a light switch. The electricity is not gone when you turn off the light switch. Don't try this at home, but stick your hand or your finger on a negative wire that's exposed, even when you turn it off at the switch. All you do when you turn it off at the switch is stop that negative energy from entering. But the minute you flip on the switch, when you flip on the positive switch, when you flip on the switch that causes you to have a mindset that you're going to make it, when you flip on the energy switch where you believe that you're not living in scarcity in life, although negativity is all around you, when you flip that on, you begin to realize that you can project positive energy. Positive energy is so important today. If you have more than 3 friends that are positive, you're doing quite well. If you've got 2, you're doing good. If you've got 1, count it a blessing. But if you've got yourself, that's all you need. But you have to evaluate your own energy. You got to ask yourself, am I bringing negative energy into life, into a situation, into a conversation, into a conflict? Do I do that? Do I complain about everything which cultivates negative energy? Do I do that? And if you do, you've got to change that. Do I uplift others? Or do I secretly resent their success? You know, I believe the more I live, the more I believe the same. People want to see you do good until you start doing way better than them. And it's not a competition. I am in competition with myself. I am in competition with my own energy, with my own positive energy. I am in competition with me. I am in competition with no one. And that's how I change my energy. That's how I project positive energy. No matter what I'm going through, you won't get to see that movie. You won't get to see it on my face. You won't get to see it or hear it in my voice. I want to project positivity. There's so much and too much negativity going on in the world today. People need to surround themselves with positive energy. One of the great authors I like today that talks about financial literacy is John Hope Bryant. And he has a quote that says, if you hang around 9 broke people or 9 negative people in this case, watch out because you may become the 10th. Y'all, I've enjoyed our time today. Go out and project positive energy. Have positive thoughts in your mind. Go out and radiate positive energy in your life. Don't forget, every week you can catch Winning at Life Behind Enemy Lines on my YouTube channel, 7660. Don't forget, go into the description. In there, you'll find information on how you can order Winning at Life Behind Enemy Lines merchandise. And we'll talk about our audio blog podcast that we do every Friday. It is a blog that I write, but it comes over the airways. So don't forget to join us. And remember, if you're going to win the battle, you've got to project positive energy. Peace.